Winds ripping through San Francisco this afternoon, breaking windows on a high-rise building. Broken glass could be seen on the street down below. This happened at a building at Sacramento and Davis. KTVU's Christien Kafton joining us now live from that scene. And Christien, we can see how strong those gusts are right now. This is the same scene that you watched unfold a week ago.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Another week, another windstorm, another window. This one at the intersection of Sacramento and Davis. A window on the 20th story has fallen. They've closed off that intersection for right now. The major story here is the wind. You can see people walking here across the street. And this, if you believe it, is actually a little less windy than it was just a couple of minutes ago. We saw numerous people trying to cross this street here and nearly falling down, grabbing onto poles, grabbing onto anything simply to stand up. The conditions are windier than I have ever seen in my years in San Francisco. And all the time I've ever been in San Francisco, I have never seen it this windy. Perhaps it is just this spot. This could be a bit of a wind tunnel. We are actually between Embarcadero 2 and Embarcadero 3 for those who are familiar with the area. And there is a San Francisco police officer here trying to make sure that people don't cross over or walk into this area where that broken glass fell earlier. The possibility that more glass could fall certainly on everyone's mind. You can see these ladies here struggling against that wind and struggling not to fall, because not only is it extremely windy out here, the ground is very wet, making for some very slippery and potentially treacherous conditions for anyone in the area. You look for those lulls, and we've seen people wait for those lulls in the wind and then try to walk across as quickly as possible. And as a matter of fact, Martin, if we can just turn just a little bit this way, we can show that there are people who kind of wait it out for just a moment to see if they can hold on and wait for that lull in the wind before they cross. But again, the big story here in San Francisco, not as much the rain, but the wind that we're seeing right now. And of course, it has a compounding effect, right? Because first you get that soaking rain, which gets the roots for trees extremely wet, the ground around those trees extremely wet, and then you get a wind like this, and you have the potential for trees to come down as well. Certainly we'll keep an eye out for that. For now, we're live in San Francisco. Christien Kafton, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Okay, Christien, just an incredible scene that we're watching where you are this afternoon. We watched a couple of those folks who were going to cross the street there, but realized just how windy it was, and they kind of thought better of it. Give us a sense of what you're dealing with. How difficult is it for you when you get those strong gusts just to stay upright?
Well, just to give you an idea, I tried to walk back to get a piece of equipment from our live truck. And just in that walk, it was maybe a 20 or 30-yard walk, I got a wind behind me, started pushing me from behind, which you'd think would be a good thing. It actually wasn't. I thought, this is it, I might go down. I had to run it out. I ran to our truck, got our equipment, sheltered there for a couple of minutes until that particular gust settled down, and then made it out over here in time to be live with you right now. But it's the same story that you've seen over and over again. You can see as people reach this area here on Davis and that wind really starts to hit them, you can see everybody take that lean and try to accommodate for that wind as it blows through this area. And again, like I said, the real danger is right here because the ground is wet and slippery, and again, potentially a treacherous situation for people in the area.
And Christien, we'll let you go in a moment. I understand what you're dealing with there, but quickly on the glass that fell from the building, is it still unclear whether or not it was wind related, and how much concern is there about more glass potentially coming down?
Well, I'm not sure if you were able to see the video. It certainly looks like the window was broken out. We don't have any confirmation that it was wind-related, but it would be hard to think of another factor that could blow one of these office windows out like that. And since we saw a similar instance just last week, we are here on the assumption that it could very well be wind-related. We are waiting to hear back from San Francisco Fire Department. We haven't heard back from them at this point. Have not heard back from any emergency agencies about exactly what happened out here. Presumably they're busy with this wind event that we're going through right now here in San Francisco.
Yeah, the wind is just remarkable where you are. We'll let you go. Stay safe, my friend. We appreciate your reporting. Thank you.